makaleją go z progomika Nandri.
That's gonna go
Reviews, reaction, satisfaction.
Thank you so much for being here, and if you're new, please consider clicking on that subscribe button and join the Dad's Den family. Today I'm going to be sharing my thoughts about the movie KARNAN. Amazing film, so let's get into it. This film was directed by Selvaraj, music by Santhosh Narayanan, and of course starring Dhanush. He's your main character. Some of the other amazing cast members are Law, you have Rajisha and Yogi Babu. Absolutely incredible cast in this movie. Everybody involved in this movie was very, very, very good. If you wait till the end, I'm going to give you a rating out of 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and I'm going to give you my rating for this movie, so don't go anywhere. Wait till the end and you'll see my rating. But anyway, let's talk about the direction of this movie. The director, Selvaraj, absolutely stunning film, absolutely beautiful. This film, to me, had some of the best symbolism I have ever seen in any movie before. Here's a few quick examples of the symbolism that blew my mind during this movie. We can start with the donkey. The donkey has his feet tied. KARNAN asks at the beginning, hey, why is this donkey, why does he have his feet tied? And Grandpa answers him, or I can't remember who answers him. He basically says, its feet are tied so it can't run away. So it can't be free, basically. So it can't run and be free. So the entire movie, you see this donkey with the tied feet. And it's just like the village. The village was tied. It was being oppressed. They had no bus stop. They couldn't get out of the town, and they were oppressed just like the donkey with his feet tied. As the movie continues on, that's the intermission scene, which is a great intermission scene. KARNAN unties the donkey's feet, and it's almost like he's now freed. He unties the feet. He's freed. He goes. They smash up the bus. They bust open the bus, and he comes back down out of the bus, and he sits down at the memorial for his sister. And at the same time, oh my gosh, the donkey runs up the hill, and it's now standing next to his sister's spirit. And they're like up on the hill watching KARNAN basically almost free his village and free his spirit almost. It just incredible scene. Absolutely stunning work by Selvaraj. I mean, just such a beautiful scene. Another example of the symbolism was there was a part where his mother takes the sword that he got when he chopped the fish in half. He got that sword and he jumps into the river or into the stream to get the sword again. And at the same time, they cut the clip. They cut that clip and they go to the police officer, the evil police officer, and he's now fishing. It's almost like he was fishing for KARNAN. And his hook is trying to get KARNAN, but KARNAN's going down. He's getting his sword, and it's another really good example. At the end of the movie, there was 2 parts that just blew me away. I cried. I cried. I'm a grown man, but I cried. So there was a part where the new baby was born, and they raid the village. The new baby is born, and also they show a scene with a baby donkey. There's like a baby donkey, and he's running with the mama donkey. It's just incredible scene. And then at the very, very end, you guys, I'm sorry, one more thing. The painting, remember the painting that they had on the wall? And the painting was a headless guy. And the people are like, man, why is a headless guy? Oh, they're weird. So you have the headless painting, but at the very end, because Grandpa sacrificed his life for the entire village, his head is now on that painting. It's just, I started crying when I saw his face. I'm like, oh my gosh. Just so crazy. And then the part that got me the most, at the very, very end, when they're dancing and they're singing and they're trying to just enjoy their freedom, and then KARNAN's sister's spirit is up on the hill. She comes up over the hill and she's clapping as they're dancing. She's clapping. It's almost, oh my God, I'm getting chills thinking about it right now, guys. I'm getting chills thinking about it. Unbelievable symbolism in this movie. What a great film. Selvaraj, absolute incredible direction on this movie. Beautiful. Let's talk about the music. Santhosh Narayanan is a musical mastermind. This movie, because it was so emotional, because it was so heart-wrenching, it was one of those movies that really touches your heart, I think. And because of that, you have to have the right music. And that music that he was able to put in it, some of it super dramatic, some of it just rips your heart out as you're watching the scene. But then also there was some dancing music. There were scenes that just made you feel good, made you want to smile, but then also at the same time, like just a few minutes later, you'd be crying. And oh my gosh. So Santhosh Narayanan, the music in this movie was absolutely stunning. One song featuring Dee. I love Dee. She's amazing. So the music, I can't say enough about it. It went perfectly with this movie. All right, let's discuss Dhanush here. Dhanush is one of my favorite actors. If you have been watching Dad's Den, you have learned this because Asaran was one of my favorite movies. Now, Asaran, while it's still one of my favorites, KARNAN I think is right up there. I mean, they're hard to compete. They're both fantastic movies, you guys. I don't know which one is better, KARNAN or Asaran. It's really hard to say. I love them both. They're just incredible. Dhanush is acting in here. His character was very angry. He played a character who was very angry, very passionate. He wanted to make a change for his village. He was tired of seeing the same thing, tired of seeing his fellow villagers being oppressed. They couldn't even get on a bus. It was just one of those things where he said, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to do this. And he had no fear. I loved his character because he had no fear, and it didn't care if he died. He didn't care what consequence. He didn't care if he went to jail. It didn't matter because he was like, I'm going to make this world a better place for my people. And I loved him in this character. I thought he did an excellent job, of course. Just absolutely beautiful, just acting job from Dhanush. He's just amazing. He's Dhanush. Come on, you guys. Lal, you had Rajesha, Yogi Babu. Now, I've never seen Yogi Babu in a character like this before. I'm usually see him in like a comedy. He's more of a more funny type of character, but to see him in this was interesting. It was a lot different than I was used to seeing him in anything before. So it was really neat to see him step out of his comfort zone and to do something different as an actor, which was really cool. I like that a lot from Yogi Babu. Lal, incredible. I mean, everybody in this movie, this was fantastic. It was such a good movie. Absolutely loved it. All the actors, everybody involved in this film, kudos to you guys. Excellent job. Let's talk about the story of this movie. This is a story that has probably been told many, many times in this world. The underdog, the small guy getting picked on, and somebody stepping up to make it better, right? All kinds of movies. There's been tons and tons of movies just like this with the same type of feel to it. However, I think what made this film better than many of those others, it was almost like you felt like you were living there with them. You felt the pain. In any good movie, you got to be able to feel that pain of the protagonist. You want to feel his pain. That way you're rooting for him. That way you're cheering for him. That way you're like, come on, let's go. So you felt their pain. You felt that anguish all the way from the very beginning with that first scene, and you see his sister in the middle of the road, and oh my gosh, it just broke my heart. So that beginning scene just sets the pace for the entire movie. The other thing is all the symbolism that is happening throughout this entire movie. It takes it like a step above some of these other typical, just the same storyline over and over, right? Because this has, like I said, this has been a storyline that we've heard many, many times. But the feel of this movie, the intensity of it, Dhanush's character, everybody from, oh man, there was this one scene, you guys, I have to talk about the scene. It just broke my heart. This is the scene that I started crying on when they're raiding the village and they're coming and they're burning everything. They're beating everybody up and they're just destroying everything. And poor grandma, and she can't get out of her bed, and she's lying there and she's scared. She hears all that and she just urinates on herself because she's just scared. And it just broke my heart, you guys. It just, oh my gosh, that's the scene I actually, like, fully was like crying, like a baby. Man, it just broke my heart. But that's the kind of scene, that's the kind of feel that set this movie apart from other things. It was so real, so raw, so genuine, so hurtful that it made you just feel like you were there, and it just broke your heart, right? But that's the type of movie, that goes to the next level. Just excellent film. Now let's get to my rating of this movie. Let's see, Asaran, I think I gave that a 9 out of 10, you guys. So if I'm gonna rate KARNAN, I have to give it at least a 9 because this was just as good. It's just as good, if not better. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give KARNAN a 9.2 out of 10, a 9.2 out of 10. Super good film, super good film. I would highly recommend this film to anybody who likes movies, who likes films. So I'm gonna give it a 9.2 out of 10. That's a high score, Ken. What am I doing? That's a high score. It's gonna be hard to beat. 9.2 out of 10 for KARNAN and for the entire staff of this movie. Just you guys, excellent job. Nothing but love for all of you guys. Anyhow, you guys are going to see some scene reactions that I've recorded. So stay tuned for those, some KARNAN scene reactions. And that's going to wrap up this video. I hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you disagree with my rating, let me know. Put it down in the comments. Tell me what you guys rank this movie out of 10. 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. But go ahead and put your ratings down below. Anyhow, thank you guys for being here. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.